What is up, and I welcome each and every one of you to a new League of Legends video. So today, guys, we're going to be doing something pretty interesting. We're going to be checking out this player right here. Let me go ahead and put all the stuff here. So this guy right here, I got this from Pants. He found this guy and sent me him as well. So he's the rank 1 player in China, sitting at 2,000 LP. This is him right here, 2,000 LP. Which is obviously pretty ridiculous, right? So he's a rank 1 2000 LP player. He is a main of mid lane. So he mains mid lane and I believe jungle secondary. And I can't even read what's on this because it's all in Chinese, of course. But I kind of, spent some time going through pretty much all his VODs, looking at all his games until I found one that is interesting. And in this case, I found a game where he's playing Zed. So we're going to be watching it together, seeing how the rank 1 2000 LP Chinese player play Zed, and I think that'll be pretty interesting. So guys, with all of that being said and done, let's check it out. Let's see what we can do, what he does, how he plays, all that good stuff. If you enjoy, of course, don't forget to hit that like button. Let's just jump right into it. Let's go. So starting things off, so we're gonna look at his runes. So this, by the way, guys, let me pause it very quickly. This is right before this the current patch we're on. This is just before this current patch, so just keep that in mind. This is before like the Prowler claw buff and stuff like that. So taking a look at the runes, right? So he's facing, it looks like a Lissandra. Definitely one of the more annoying matchups. Going for, what's it called? Electrocute into Taste of Blood, which is pretty standard. Ultimate Hunter, also very standard. This one you can do whatever you want. Eyeball Collection is, of course, also standard. So pretty standard Zed runes on the main page so far. This is pretty much what you go almost every single game. Now he's looking to go Triumph and Tenacity. Now he's probably going Tenacity because it's a Lissandra mid, which makes sense. Never mind, I guess he wants to swap it out. So that's also not a bad option as well, though. A little bit less okay with that because they only have 1 AP. I don't know if he wants the there you go, that makes more sense. So he went for the Transcendence and Scorch, which is also pretty standard on Zed. He was thinking of going for the mini Hex Shrinker, but he opted out because, I mean, the only AP they have is, of course, that Lissandra, which isn't really that much AP damage in general. So
打冰女我知道，打冰女是不好打，但是我这把我觉得看其他英雄我能玩，想玩马吉。
See, I mean, I wish I knew how to speak Chinese. I mean, maybe if I had my girlfriend here, she speaks Mandarin. Maybe she could have translated it. I'm just saying, but whatever. Anyway, so taking a look at this, right? So he's of course going for pretty standard Zed runes for the most parts. While in queue watching Apto. Makes sense to me. All right, that was a nice fast low time. So let's check it out. How does he play this? Let's look through it all together. So he actually started for the Doran Shield. Now the new Doran Shield is actually a really good item overall. It's like better than the old one, I would even say. Very, very defensive item, but it's very good to keep you from, like, I guess, losing lane or like doing badly in a bad matchup. Let me make sure the camera's in good position. Perfect, it is. So the camera, sorry, not the camera, the matchup with Lissandra, it is definitely Lissandra favorite for the most part, especially if she goes Arm Guard first item. And the reason is because Lissandra just not only outpokes Zed, right? Zed can only poke her once every, like, what, 18 seconds or whatever the W cooldown is. They speak Mandarin, right? Jeez, that's what I said, Mandarin. And then he can only poke her like every 18 seconds. And if Lissandra goes for Aftershock, especially if she goes for Bone Plating, even that poke won't be the best. So you also want to pretty much proc her Bone Plating with a regular Q before you go for a full combo. Anyways, so regardless, he started with the Doran Shield just to kind of avoid the poke coming out from Lissandra early game, which is very important.
来，给大家吃。
Wait, they have buff timers at the bottom right. Look at that. They have timers on their buffs when they're spawning. That's interesting. But how come we don't have that? What? It's really interesting. Alright, so he got hit by the first Q from Lissandra. Missed his Q though. I actually didn't see what's... Okay, so she doesn't have Bone Plating, right? It would have proc right there if she had it. I didn't see what runes Lissandra went. He pressed tab very quickly, but I wasn't ready for that. So I don't know what... I don't know if she went Electrocute, Comets, or Aftershock. I wasn't looking. Too fast, man. I can't see it. Oh, nice Q. Okay, nice little damage there. He has the Scorch, which means that his Q will do a little bit more damage. Now, there's a level 1 fight happening, so he's gonna come in there to trying to help. He's getting kind of pincered by the Thresh and Lissandra, which was very awkward. Level 1 Zed isn't very good. You don't really do anything. Yeah, they lost that fight pretty hard. The Graves of all champions getting the first blood as well. It's pretty bad. Lissandra got the assist for that too, so... I mean, he got a free Q on her there again, which isn't bad. Get that Scorch damage. Okay, taking the W, level 2. That's actually pretty well played by him there. So he actually got the experience over Lissandra because she left and lost a lot more experience from the mid lane wave than he did. So So he got level 2 just before she did, took a W instantly, which is pretty smart. Usually you go E level 2 with Zed, but in this case, because he hits level 2 first and she has no W or E, he's able to just get on her and get a lot of free damage. That alone can win you the lane, because now all her potions are used, which is like huge. Okay. He's pretty lucky that the Graves there missed the Q on him. That would have been a lot of damage, but very, very good for him that he missed it. Nice. See, Lysandra now has her W, but he's playing aggressive. He's not really letting her have any time to breathe. The flash ignites onto Lysandra. She flashes away. Now he has to land this Q and he kills her. Boom, let's go. He gets it. Yo, he's actually smurfing pretty hard on the Zed. He really knows he knows the openings, if that makes sense, right? Because there Lysandra has no W. She already uses W, or her W rather, on Zed when he went in with his W. So then he resets, kind of moves back, gets a CS or 2, and then flashes on her when his QE is up and he's, you know, good on energy. Ignites her. They trade ignites or trade flashes. But then again, all he has to do is just snipe that last Q. And he actually got that kill. That was really well played. He's like, there's like a few small, that's not, he's taking the W, yeah. Takes the W, escapes, trying to suit out the tower. The Graves gets the kill for sure though. It's unfortunate, the W from the Graves. The range on that thing is pretty nuts. Good idea. He had no way to escape. He already threw his W down. That's the one thing that's, you have to be careful with Zed, is you can't ever throw your W down like that when you're facing like a Lysandra, unless you know where the jungler is. Because if the jungler is there and you throw your W like that, yeah, it's not good. Because Lysandra just has too much follow-up in CC to, like, you know, lock you down, especially with the Graves. It sucks. It's like hard to resist not throwing your W sometimes, but sometimes you have to find a way to do it, man. You have to resist the W. The temptation. But we all make that mistake, honestly. It's a common mistake. So here Lysandra actually has boots. I think that's boots right there. Yeah, he does a lot of damage. He can easily take that and then do a lot of damage, but he's not taking it. And the reason he's not taking it, from my guess, is because Graves is here. It seems like Graves is here. And the reason is because Lysandra didn't step away from the W at all, which is very suspicious. Because he threw the W and she pretty much stood directly on top of it, almost as if she was like telling him to take the W. And it was too juicy. It looked too good. You know what I mean? And usually when mid laners do that, that means that they're baiting for the jungler. Because if he takes that W, she Ws him. Graves comes out, he has no escapes. Graves smoke screens him, he's dead. So it was a very good idea to resist that. She could have been bluffing, she could have, but as a Zed, it's better safe than sorry, honestly. If you fall behind as Zed, it's really bad. So really well played by him actually not to take the W. It's super tempting to do it, but he's really smart to not take the W there. So in this case, he's actually freezing the wave, which is good. He has more minions on the enemy team than he does on his side, which means it'll slowly push to him. So he's trying to freeze it. Lysandra, I don't see what item she got. I'm assuming she's going for an arm guard. What's up, Evan? I mean, I'm just gonna assume she's going for. Oh, I think I saw cloth armor there. I'm pretty sure we saw cloth armor on this Lysandra. So he walked onto the bush there to aggro the minions downwards, so they don't get to the turrets. So you can keep the little freeze happening over here. Again, man, it's so unfortunate. Hey, I think he has to kill Lysandra regardless. Though he has to land a Q here. E. Nice kill, nice kill. I think he might actually escape this. The minions blocking the Graves' auto attacks. Nope, Graves flash. Nice try, nice try. That was actually pretty well played, but do you see what I mean? Like, the second you go in with the W, if you don't know where the jungler is, if the jungler is there, like, you're dead. The only reason he was able to trade there 1-for-1 is because Lysandra wasn't level 6 yet. If she was level 6, he's dead. And that's why Lysandra is a hard matchup, because she can lock down Zed way too easily. And if Zed all-ins her like that, he doesn't have very good escapes if the jungler is there. So it's like, it's a lot more risky to go on Lysandra because of her CC and everything. But it's good that he traded 1-for-1, at least. And he got Graves' flash, so I'm gonna say pretty worth. Nice damage there. He didn't proc electrocute, so 1Q I'm assuming missed. His damage on Lysandra is actually not bad, considering he only landed 1Q there. Not horrible. Yeah, she went for arm guard first item. It's like one of the best items to get against that, especially now. Yeah, the damage is actually like surprisingly not horrible. That's because she doesn't have her arm guard stacked up yet. Yeah, so he's again trying to freeze the wave, right? He kind of messed it up there a little bit, I think. I'm assuming he didn't want the cannon to get into tower range, but it doesn't matter too much. It's a good freeze regardless. he might have did it intentional, actually. Maybe he intentionally made the cannon go into turret. I'm not sure, but either way, the freeze works out. Lissandra's bot side, he pinged the MIA there, but he's now pushing it in. The second he sees Lissandra there, he either follows or he pushes. Luckily for him, though, the Lissandra ran it down, honestly. She went bot side, almost killed the Jhin. I'm assuming she ultied, but she didn't actually get the kill, and she died, which is like one of the best things for Zed to happen. Because now he gets like huge push, huge CS, huge experience, pushes the minions into her tower, so she ideally misses this. She might have TP though, I'm not sure if she does. She doesn't have TP either, or else she would have TP'd already, so pretty big stuff there for him. There's a W, go for the plate, yep. Gets a nice Q damage on her as well. Landed both Qs, you can see the damage there, not bad at all. If he has the E ability as well, then that procs that Q, which would be like a lot more damage. Now he has his W, so he's looking for the engage here. Graves has no flash, he pings that, which is a good ping. He's playing a little bit safe here. I'm actually surprised he's playing this safe. Okay, because Thresh is there. Interesting. I actually didn't see the Thresh. I guess that's why he's challenger and I'm not. I would have won in, I'll be honest. I actually wasn't looking at the minimap. My bad.
南枪应该打小龙去了。
I'm curious what item he goes first. There you go, that's the damage. See? So that's a really good way to harass with Zed. You saw what he did there. As you throw the WEQ, you want to keep moving up as you do it. Okay, he has to flash out. Again, if his W's on cooldown, he's extremely vulnerable against the Lissandra. And that's why the matchup is really bad.
受啊，这对线打的。
She's very good at setting it up for the jungler. Gets a snipe on the nice, beautiful, good snipe. Now his W is ready. He can ult and then take the W if he really wants to make a play, or he just walks it out. Luckily, I think the Lulu or the Jhin made a little bit of lag here. Luckily, the Lulu or the Jhin there made a little bit of a distraction for him, so they couldn't commit to the chase on him. He can't ult here, it's too risky to ult. See, if he ulti there, assuming the Thresh is like playing well, the Thresh would have instantly queued him. And the second the Thresh queues him, he would have died. So that's why he didn't take the ults. He would have instantly died. And probably not even gotten a kill. Maybe gotten a kill. Maybe. He can kill Lissandra here with the W combo. Oof. If he all in there, I don't think Lissandra had ult. Maybe she did. I actually forgot. If she didn't have ult, that could have been a kill, but she might have ult still. So he has a lot of gold. He's pretty close to getting his mythic item. I'm not sure what item he's going. I'm assuming Eclipse. That's like the most standard item I would say on Zed. It's like the safest, I would say. You can't go wrong with Eclipse. I don't think it's the best one personally, but it's definitely the safest. Ooh, just barely missing that. Nice try, nice try. Yeah, she probably has ult. That's why he's like hesitant. I'm assuming she has ult. Nice damage on the Q there. He's kind of preparing her. He can look for an ult ignites, but again, if she has ult, he doesn't kill her. Oof, yeah, he was thinking it. He wanted it so bad there. He's thirsting for it. He's looking for the Graves. They definitely want to be careful of Graves. She has the mana. Yeah, she does have mana for ult though. That's all that really matters. But his Qs. Whew, that was really close. This. The Rek'Sai barely picks up the kill. Nice. And then Rek'Sai gets out too.
还不回家，是吧？
But you can see why he was so hesitant for so long. I'm surprised he even went for
换一个
that.
技能这一波。
I feel like Lissandra could have ulted the Zed there, and they would have traded 1 for 1. But that was I don't know. It was close. Could have went either way. So now he went for the Eclipse. Now, one thing he might actually go for next is the Merc Boots. Because, again, against the Lissandra, against the Thresh, right? A lot of CC there. So, Merc Boots early is really good against them. So, let's see how he does this.
刚开始你们让我杀，不可能杀的。他手里有蓝，有能放大，能放 W， 不可能杀。他刚刚那波手里100点蓝，要么放大招自保，要么就直接死。
I actually agree.
是吧？这种情况下才能交大刀上。就是你们段位可能不高的观众觉得，哎呀，能杀能杀，人家就等着你上。而我就会想，我这波上他一个大招大自己，然后 W 反身把我反控，那么有风险了，容易被他反秀。 我就是不给他任何反秀机会，他手里没蓝了我才会上，有蓝我是不会上的。
So you can see how much less damage Lissandra's taking, right? She did use 1 potion, but like she's definitely taking a bit less damage. Even though he finished his Eclipse item, her arm guard is probably like pretty much stacked, and you can see how much less damage she's taking. It's pretty ridiculous. The item is just so ridiculously strong. They need to nerf that item ASAP. She still has the exact same defensive item as when he only had a Dirk. And now he has a fully finished mythic item, and he's still doing pretty much the same damage. It's crazy. Nice. He's kind of weakening her down a little bit. Nice. Getting nice damage here, poking her down. Again, another reason why Lissandra is good against Zed is like Zed cannot go for those tower dives. Even though she's at that HP, you just can't. I mean, you can, but like it's really, really hard. It's really, really hard. Because her ultimate, her CC, everything just is really good against you. So he's resisting, which is really smart. You don't want to give her the shutdown here and get her back into the game. You know, just kind of chill, play it slow. Lissandra TP to bot lane, actually. She reset and TP trade bot. Azir's TPing as well. Now, he's actually not roaming. He's opting for the plating instead. Now, he can actually maybe kill this Jace. This Jace doesn't have any defensiveness. Yep, there's a W back. No, he maybe gets him here. No, he doesn't get him. He has oh, he messed up. Okay, so I actually relate to that so hard. I've made that mistake so many times.
哎呦，我高估自己输出了呀！我操，我都没看我 W 影子没了。
So the mistake there, okay, it's not really a mistake almost. It's more of like
他零杠4不值钱，你知道吧？那给他个人头无所谓，但我就值钱好杀了。
But he greeted too hard.
很多观众可能不懂这一波为什么会这样子，就是因为我想科学养猪，待会儿杀他就值钱了，知道不
？The second the Jace eat him backwards, he can't get him. He needed flash or something.
不懂的没关系。
He got really greedy for that, and then the W that he threw before he ulted ran out, so he couldn't escape. His escape was gone. Because you kind of have to throw your W like that as your escape. It's your get out of jail
不懂的
card.
没关系啊，这是科学养猪。
But he greeted so hard for the kill.
他零杠4的杰斯很难再有作为了，待会儿把他养肥了再杀。
I make that mistake a lot. But because you throw your W backwards like that, you actually lose damage because you're essentially losing a Q of damage, which is a lot of damage right now, this early in the game. So, he actually might kill him here. Yeah, he does. Nice, good kill, good kill.
对嘛，这不就值钱了呀？
So that's where the Eclipse
300
comes
块
in.
不香吗，兄弟？啊？
The shielding from Eclipse is just fantastic. And he also had both summoners, while Jace didn't have his summoners, it looked like. The Jace has Eclipse as well, but the Ignite difference there is just too much. So he's going to keep pushing this game. So he's actually going for another straighted Dirk. So he is going for the lethality build, which makes sense. He's not going for like a Black Cleaver. My guess would be... Okay, see, this is... Oh, nice try. He threw his W.
他这个收集的这回发没爆死，我还有机会杀他一个 EA。
My guess is he took the W by accident. I think he took the W by accident there. I don't think he meant to take it. I think he panicked, pressed W by accident there. Because I think if he ulted, if he did the WE combo into an ult, taking the W, throwing a Q, and then taking the R, you can kind of go up and down between the Graves a lot and hopefully dodge a Q or something like that from Graves, which would have been pretty sick. Could have been the difference, but I think he accidentally took W. Like, accidentally double pressed it.
买个 CD 鞋吧，稍微等一下。
Is he going for MR boots here? He sold his potion for something.
蓝枪是真的很肥，12级。
So he's going for Yomos, I think.
这个人得让沙皇去杀他才行。
Oh, he's going for Lucidity boots. Damn, that's
只有沙
ballsy.
皇才能
Against Alessandra. Okay, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. He's not too worried about Lissandra. I guess she's behind, right? She's 0-5. But the thing is Lissandra, even though she's 0-5, she still has a lot of CC that she can just dish out on you, which is the issue in my opinion. But going Lucidity Boots means that he probably wants to avoid Lissandra and look for Slip Push and look to win the 1v1s against the Jace, which makes sense. The other option would have been Armor Boots as well, but Lucidity Boots is just a more, like, confident purchase, I guess. Well, this is Zero trying to make the play happen, but not close though. That's fine though. So he's going for Yomos. One item I personally think would be really sick here, but this is again before the buffs, is Serpent's Fang, the one that breaks the shields. Against their team would have been sick, because Jace has Eclipse. It would help him so much in the 1v1. But the current patch he's playing on is before Serpent's Fang got buffed. Marku. So I guess that's why he doesn't want to get it. The Yomos is a good buy though, it gives you a lot of lethality, so you just get really strong off of it. You got a lot of like mobility and potential. Yeah, Lissandra is here, again, it's Lissandra. Can't go for the tower dive, it's just too hard. It's too hard, man. He's just farming for the Yomos now, getting the red buff, taking the jungle. It's really important to take the jungle when you can. Junglers hate that, man. If you take the jungler's jungle, they hate it so much. And he's getting the Herald. He's pretty much becoming the jungler right now, actually. But this is good because like he's farming really well, so he's not really behind in CS. His farm is good. But he's also able to take objectives like this, which is also really, really good. This will also make his split pushing power very, very effective. Maybe he'll even go for the, what's it called, serrated dirt, or whatever it's called. That split pushing, like, lethality item. I think it's called serrated dirt. I wonder if he's gonna give the buff to Rek'Sai. I'm kind of curious. I think he wants it, right? Yeah. Makes sense, makes sense. Jack. Yeah, it makes sense for him to take the buff. This makes the split pushing really strong. The Jace doesn't even have armor boots yet. He has 2 lethality items and lucidity boots. And then Jace has no boots finished. He completely shreds the Jace. It's not even close. If the Jace gets armor boots, it gets a little bit closer. But until Jace gets armor boots, it's not even close. He completely destroys him one-on-one. Nice. So getting every gold he can, trying to maximize his efficiency with farm and CSing and everything like that. So that's really good. Going for the Jace 1v1. The Jace again, no armor boots yet. He has Eclipse, but he's dead. Doesn't even need his ultimate. That's just. I mean, okay, the ignite was kind of like. I feel like that's kind of a BM ignite. I feel like he just didn't want to risk chasing him, and just in case, like Alessandra's. Well, she's top now, I guess. But just in case there was someone over the wall, maybe a Thresh or something like that, that can somehow maybe save him, just barely. You never know. So he traded, so he used his ignite there, which technically, I think ult would have been better just because it's a lower cooldown than ignite. Okay, nice, but on the bright side though, he has his ult for the Graves here, so I think he's gonna wait for him. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he's scouring for the Graves right now. Well, I mean, someone else used that. I think it was Azir that used that trinket there, but he's hiding and waiting for somebody. He's gonna throw his W first usually. Okay, he got caught. He's gonna throw his W over the wall. Just get the hell out of there. Yeah, with the Lissandra, it's too spooky. He can get locked down and just die. But now his W's on cooldown. Makes it hard for him to look for a fight here, so they lose the dragon, I think. Unless Rek'Sai steals it, maybe? Nah, they lose the dragon now. Oh, the Azir making a fat engage, actually. That's disgusting. The Thresh with the Zanyas, of course. Ulting the Twitch, getting that free dub on the Twitch. Actually didn't even get the kill nor assist on the Twitch, but his W's coming. No, his W's not coming up, never mind.
Okay.
This Azir is smurfing it pretty hard, actually, too. Okay, finds the Jace. He can actually flash WEQ if he wants to. Nope. Jace is too fast. He's not going to risk it. Popping the Herald in the mid lane. His ultimate is on a 40-second cooldown. So he definitely gets this turret, no question about that. And probably gets the Herald hitting the inhibitor turret as well. So while his team is doing Baron, he doesn't have to be there. They have an Azir. Azir can easily destroy this Baron. The Jace ends up killing the Herald, which kind of sucks, actually. Would have been really good. If the Herald can hit that next tower, but it's fine. So now he's gonna wait for the Jace. I don't see why Jace would walk in here, though. There's no way, right? Okay, he finds the Lissandra. See, if it was a Jace, he would have went on him and killed him. If it's a Lissandra, he just leaves. It's too hard. She's 0-7-4, and he still has to not even go for it. It's too much work, and Lissandra can buy too much time. But he can W ult the Twitch here and kill him easily. Or he's gonna do like that. Interesting. Okay. I thought he would W, take the W, and then ult the Twitch. Could have been a play as well. But with the Thresh there, it's pretty hard because the second the Zed would have ult Twitch and reappear, he would just, the Twitch would just take the lantern. So he's going for Black Cleaver. I actually really like that. A lot of Zeds don't take Black Cleaver nowadays. I don't know why. I think it's actually better than the old Black Cleaver for Zed. I think it's insanely powerful in Zed. Super strong. Very strong. Huge item. You become like a dueling god, essentially. Because don't forget, guys, the new Black Cleaver has a new passive effect where once you're fully stacked on somebody, the fully shredded, the 5 or 6 stacks or whatever it is, your attacks and abilities do bonus damage. Ooh, that Graves with the Eclipse, man, that's spooky. I'm actually curious if he can 1v1 the Graves. I'm kind of curious. His Twitch doing a lot of damage. Yeah, this fight's looking kind of awkward. His W's up now. He can look for something. The Jhin using his ultimate to peel and create the initiation. Azir with a huge flank, actually. This Azir with the flank into Zanyas are huge. Ends up ulting the Thresh. Gets a free pick there as well. Just barely gets out. It's actually really close. But this Graves is like full HP still. Picks the kill on the Twitch there as well. Nice. Good kill. He has to reset though, I think. Maybe he can go top actually and split push. Yeah, he's going top and pushing. Taking the red buff first. I'd be surprised if he doesn't go top here. He has to go top here. Yep. So that's pretty smart. What I would have done actually is I would have just backed. But what he's doing is definitely the correct call. Not only does he go and take the red buff, but with the Baron buff, he's instantly, no waste of time, creating pressure on the top part of the map because he knows that no one is going to be there and he maybe can get this turret here. Because obviously the Graves and the person that were alive with the Graves just now, there's only 2 of them. He saw them going southwards towards the dragon on the map, which means if they take dragon, they can at least trade a top turret, which is very, very important. Like, it's really small decisions like that that can truly change a game. So that's really important that he did that. Really well played by that, actually. Good decision. Okay, Thresh is going to be dead here. Lysandre's coming. He's in W over the wall southwards, I think. Yep. Getting the hell out of there. Nice kill on the Thresh. Beautiful. The little bit of a shield he gets from Eclipse, keep him alive, keeps him nice and healthy. Lysandre, even though she has a lot of CC, it doesn't mean anything anymore because her damage is absolutely trash. Now my question is he going to go for another lethality item or is he going to go straight for a Last Whisper? My guess is another lethality item, maybe something like Collector. Collector would be pretty spicy here. Collector would be nice. Edge of Night also would be pretty nice. I would guess either Collector or Edge of Night. That would be my guess. Oh, that's a kill. That's a free kill. She has nothing. Yeah, the second Lysandre used her E, she has no escape. You can chase her down. Yep, and she's dead. Ult. Oof. Ooh, never mind. My God. Do you see what I mean with Lysandre and the CC? He can still W ult her, but this is getting kind of greedy. And actually, back off. That's a good choice. That's getting kind of greedy because Lysandre bought a lot of time there. So there's a high chance that the enemy team was starting to rotate up. And if Graves was up there, he probably does. So if he ults Lysandre, Graves is right there actually. So he's getting out. Which Graves is pretty strong. Graves is hard for Zed to kill because he gets a lot of armor from his Grits passive thingy. It's really, really, really powerful. It's very effective. You gotta be really careful about that. Wait, I'm surprised he didn't ult Lysandre there actually. She has no ult, he knows that. Oof. Nice try, nice try. I actually thought he would go for Lysandre there with the ult. I'm surprised he didn't. She had no ult, but she had W. But I think that was the play, personally. I think. Let's see what he's going for.
33的 CD.
Yeah, he's going for a Collector, it looks like. I mean, he hovered over a Collector there, so I'm assuming he is. It's a really, really powerful item.
我想到一个男枪，但男枪这一波是不可能抓到10我一个人。
If Zed ever crits,
我就没想到这个丽桑卓一滴血他都不回家，知道吧
？AP Twitch, by the way.
真的烧他们两个，一滴血不回家，还要过来搞我一手，这谁顶得住啊，兄弟
So yeah, so the cool thing about Collector is with Zed,
男枪过来我直接
when
往
you
后
ult
退就
somebody,
好了。
if you crit them even once, like that's huge damage. Damn, that Azir is like manly as hell. What the hell? So manly.
我的。
Okay, well Zed's now level 16. That's a huge prospect. That's the second Zed gets 16. Like it's almost ironic. I remember like 3 seasons ago, Zed was considered like horrible late game, but now it's like almost the opposite. He's so strong late game. He's definitely more of a late game champion than an early game champion now, in my opinion. 100%. And now that he's level 16, that level 3 ultimate is like very powerful. Like he can pretty much kill whatever he wants.
丽桑卓刚刚秒的，他有中亚，你们没看到吗？
He should take the blue. Blue on Zed is... Oh, here it is. Nice little damage there. Not a whole lot. The Graves again is a surprisingly tanky champion for what he is. The blue buff on Zed is really good. I hope he takes it. Good. People underestimate how good blue buff on Zed is. The energy regeneration and the cooldown you get from it is fantastic. Now he's in WE and then ult. Yep, it's beautiful. Nice. Does he have flash? No, he doesn't. Beautiful. So there he actually used a WE autoed Q ulti instead of ulti Q. Which is fine. I mean, it doesn't really matter which way he did it there, because he's just so much farther ahead.
第二是4倍亲密度的，可以帮个粉丝牌，好吧，谢谢大家。对，也可以帮个点订阅。
Because you have to pop the Jace's bubble, so you can ult him without your ult being absorbed. If you ult him there, your ult gets absorbed by the bubble, which is like worst case scenario. So let's see what he does here. I mean, I think the goal here is just to stay bot, but he was looking for a team fight. His ultimate is already back up. His cooldowns are really high. He has a 60 ability haste, so that's about like 42%, I would say. Low 40s, high 30s CDR, I think, something like that, which is really good. So his cooldown on his ultimate, if he has ultimate hunter, which he does, should be around like a 27 cooldown, I would say, maybe 26-ish, something like that. So you can easily make a pick and then look for another fight within like 20 seconds, essentially.
我推下吧。
So he's not gonna look for that. I think he's looking for the. No, he's gonna look for the thing. Okay. He's looking straight for the fight. His team is actually kind of losing, but they're all really low. This is the perfect part for him to clean up. He can easily clean stuff. Yeah, Twitch is a free kill. Twitch has Zanya's, so the Twitch isn't gonna absorb that, but the Twitch is dead, of course. The Graves sitting at level 17. A lot of HP on these Graves for some reason. Look at that damage, man. Dude, Graves is just such a disgusting champion. Nice little play there. Ends up getting a lot of damage on the Graves regardless, but the Jhin picks it up, which is pretty nice. But you can see how much damage the Graves did there. It's disgusting. Whew, the Jhin smurf. I wonder if they forfeit here? No. He has a lot of gold. He's gonna get Collector off of this turret and this cannon. Yeah, he gets Collector here for sure. Yep. So he's gonna reset. So he has enough for Collector, so he's just gonna reset. Probably get that bad boy. And now he's essentially full build. He's one item away. Oh, he's not going for that. Okay, I mean, he's going. I mean, those are the items I did talk about. I'm curious what he chooses. Let's see. I think Collector or Edge Knight for sure. Edge Knight. Okay. So he goes for Edge Knight. I mean, I did talk about Collector or Edge Knight. That's what I would have went. One of those two. Collector is if you're like just feeling just ballsy as hell, man. You just want to do damage. Edge Knight because it's a lot harder for them to CC him now. So you can look for a play on like a Twitch, right? He can just W ult a Twitch, for instance. And the Thresh can't just Q for free anymore. The Sanji can't just ult for free anymore. Like, it's a lot harder to stop him now. Like, it buys him a lot of time. This Azir is just going off. My goodness. Yeah, this Graves is the raid boss, though. Ulting the Graves, doing as much damage as he can. Did a decent amount, actually. He was going to take a lot there from the Graves. The Graves should be really, really low. The Jhin just barely picking it up there as well, and they get the full wipe. Nice. Yeah, you have to go in the Graves, but you can see how much damage Graves did there. Like, out of nowhere. Just, like, chunks them. It's just pretty disgusting, but enemy team forfeits. But there you guys have it. The rank 1 Chinese player, 2000 LP, busting out some action with the Zed in the mid lane, facing one of Zed's actual worst matchups. Not only mid lane, but also jungle. Graves is one of Zed's worst jungle matchup because the champion is just beyond tanky for no reason at all. Armor specifically. And Lissandra also because the champion is just really hard to tower dive and snowball. And she's really good at setting up the plays for... does this say 2000 LP? I don't know. What does that say? Anyway. But that's it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you want me to do another video like this where I spectate maybe one of his games or someone else's games, like a really like super high elo player playing a mid lane champion. So if that's what you guys want, let me know by simply hitting that like button. But thank you all so much for watching. Appreciate it. And I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.